Hey guys, and welcome to Collecting with Hammer. Today I have a gift sent to me by Geriatric Geek, and I have a Dollar Tree haul. So let's just jump right in. This is something that Geriatric Geek was talking about on one of his box openings, one of the BAM boxes, I believe, and I just happened to say, "Oh, I love those." I bought my son some that were Masters of the Universe just a little while ago, and he was kind enough to be like, "Hey, do you want them? I'll send them to you." I never expected that, of course. I was like, "Well, are you sure?" I'm sure. I'd love to have them, but anyway, he did that, and I'm super appreciative. My son will be too. He also threw in this little Thor hammer sticker here. Um, and the item was some little muscle alien creatures. Millions of unusual small creatures lurking everywhere. Aliens. I don't know how well you can see, but it has like the little the guy with his guts pouring out, so that's pretty wild. And the alien, and I'm not totally sure, that might be Ripley, maybe. Um, so anyway, super cool. Really appreciate Geriatric Geek sending that to me. Totally unexpected. Um, Super appreciative. And so back in the day, I got these, and these were little wrestling characters, right? Like that was the idea of them. I remember there was like a wolf one, some like a robot, um, and they come in various colors. But this is kind of the classic muscle color. Um, anyway, very cool. I'll add these to my son's Masters of the Universe, and he's young and he has autism, and he likes to play with these guys, and like he always goes to like fairy tales and stuff. So I'm almost sure the alien will become like the wolf in like the wolf and the three pigs story. So wolf alien, awesome. Appreciate this. Maybe I shouldn't open them, but he sent them to me for me and my son, and my son will definitely want to play with them. So anyway, again, thanks so much. I really appreciate that. Totally unexpected. Um, I want to say thank you. Please don't go ask him for stuff because I definitely did not do that. But it was super cool of him to offer, and I really appreciate it. All right, let's jump into the Dollar Tree stuff. First, I got the 30 for 30 collection, Volume 1. It's weird. These are like not part of the season, I guess, if I understand right. And it's Catching Hell, Charismatic, The Fab Five, Herschel, and Renee. I've checked out a few of these. My favorites are the Fab Five, Michigan with Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, Juwan Howard, Ray Jackson, and Jimmy King. Um, Very cool documentary. And Catching Hell is, it talks about the Bartman situation. Um, the Bartman situation. He caught a ball that was foul, but could have been caught by one of the Cubs. And after that, things derailed quite a bit, and they ended up losing a chance at the World Series because they lost in that game, which they were still ahead at the point that he interfered. And it's arguable whether he did anything that any other fan wouldn't have done, but anyhow, um, he interfered. He put his hand over the wall a little bit. Moises Alou could not catch it then to get an out, and they went on to lose that game, which they were still ahead at that point, and the next game. And for some reason, it's all his fault, and everyone hates him. And the crowd was awful. I mean, it's really cringy how bad people were to this guy, in my opinion. Um, it's a very cool documentary, and one of the special features that actually breaks down like the probability of the Cubs winning throughout the whole situation. I think it was the eighth inning, and it was breaking down like, okay, so at this point of the eighth inning, and the catching or not catching of a foul ball, they said, if you break down all the games in the history of the season, that play is only 3%. It takes them from 94% winning the game to 91% winning the game. And then it breaks down like other situations, like Alex Gonzalez fumbled the ball. And that was a lot bigger drop in percentage of winning. And then there was another play that was a lot bigger drop in the percentage of winning. And so it's really kind of horrible how people treated the dude. I mean, they talk about how the fans were just waiting on something to happen. Like Bernie Mac had sung during like the seventh inning stretch or whatever. I don't know. I may not know what I'm talking about there, but Bernie Mac was saying something, and he said root, root, root for the champions or something like that. And the fans said they were waiting on something bad to happen. Well, it seems like the players were too, because the second that happened, they just totally lost it. Like, they were waiting on something, and they used that as the reason, and it was just a total meltdown of the team. It's kind of awful, but anyhow, cool to have this. Excited. I've checked some out already. I will be checking out more. I've kind of put these in piles. This is kind of like my classic cinema pile, I guess. We got Anna Karenina with Vivian Lee, and this is called Leading Ladies in Six Great Films. And it's funny because some of these, like, they don't even really mention the leading ladies, but anyhow, I'm sure I'll check out Anna Karenina and with Vivian Lee, obviously, but this also has Jane Eyre, The Magic Sword, Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina, William Shakespeare's As You Like It with Laurence Olivier, and Patterns. But the one I picked it up for is actually, let's see if we can get this here. This one right here. The Strange Love of Martha Ivers. Starring Barbara Stanwyck and Kirk Douglas and Van Heflin. I'm pretty sure this is Kirk Douglas's very first film. If not, it's pretty close, I believe. And I actually just watched that earlier this year, actually. After he passed away, I watched a few of his movies. And that's a really weird film, The Strange Love of Martha Ivers. Everybody's pretty unlikable. And I don't know, it's kind of twisty, and you don't really know what you want to happen. Pretty weird film. Anyway, so I'm glad to have that in my collection. Next is Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book, or Jungle Book. And if you look at this, you might think it's just some generic knockoff thing, right? But this is, in fact, the 1942, I believe, Jungle Book. So the very first adaptation. I also watched this recently. I think it was last year. And I think I got to see it when I did Criterion Channel for a while. It was on there. I'm pretty sure that, I'm not 100% positive, but I think that's the case because I watched it around the same time as I watched Humphrey Bogart in A Lonely Place, and is it James Cagney in White Heat? So I'm pretty sure that's where I saw it. Pretty good film. I like it. Excited to have this, and this also has Little Heroes, Treasure State, Ghost Ship, Wind Dancer, Moomin, and Midsummer Madness, and African Express with Ursula Andress and Jack Palance. And The Great Elephant Rescue, or no, The Great Elephant Escape with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. from 1995. So, I don't know. Probably lots of cool stuff to check out there. We got a Hitchcock double pack. It has, or no, I guess it has 3 films. DVD 1 has Murder, and DVD 2 has Sabotage and Jamaica Inn. So yeah, I'm excited to check those out at some point too. We got a Western here. Once Upon a Texas Train. This is Willie Nelson and Sam Elliott. And then this one also has American Empire, Tulsa, and The Ranger, The Cook, and A Hole in the Sky. Huh. Yeah, The Ranger, The Cook, and The Hole in the Sky looks like it might be interesting. It also has Sam Elliott in it and Jerry O'Connell. So that's a newer one there. I don't know. Pretty cool. I like Sam Elliott a lot. Just watched Big Lebowski recently. He's pretty cool in there as the narrator. This one is some really interesting packaging, and I haven't seen anybody else pick this up. Maybe they just didn't want it. I don't know, but Sherlock Holmes. This has 9 films and 20 old-time radio shows, as well as a 24-page illustrated booklet. Has an interview with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and comments by Christopher Lee. Let's see here. It has 1 Christopher Lee film, 4 Basil Rathbone films, and then 3 Arthur Wantner and 1 Reginald Owen film. So several different versions of Sherlock here. I really want to check some of these out. And actually, I think I'm going to pop this open because if you're like me, you're wondering exactly how these are in here. And I guess one thing about this folding over on itself and being smaller, it's not exactly ideal to put on your shelf, but it kind of looks nice just sitting there like that, right? If you can just display it like that, and I don't know, it just depends how they're in there, whether you can do that, I guess. But definitely fold it over on itself like this. You don't have to worry about it shaking around, I guess. I don't know if we'll be dealing with some sort of paper sleeve or like where it slides down into the case itself, or if it'll have some actual, holders or what. Okay, yeah, so it slides in. I don't know, pretty cool looking. Looks nice, I guess. Got it like that. This is pretty cool. You see the posters here. I dig this. This is really cool. For $1, you just can't beat this. Sherlock Holmes meets his maker, the history of the world's greatest detective. And this is pretty cool too. I'm really glad to have added this for $1. This is really cool. Really super cool stuff here. What is this? Oh, wow. This talks about lots of different people here that have played the part, it looks like. You got John Barrymore, Basil Rathbone, Ronald Howard. That freaked me out for a second. I was thinking Ron Howard. Peter Cushing, Nicole Williamson, Jeremy Brett, Robert Downey Jr., Benedict Cumberbatch, Johnny Lee Miller, and then Watson, all the Watsons, Nigel Bruce, Howard Marion Crawford, Robert Duvall, Jude Law, Martin Freeman, and Lucy Liu. Very cool. I am into this. This is super cool. I'm super happy to have that. These are, yeah. Very cool. Okay, let's see. Where to go now? Let's go to the horror DVDs. We've got Pterodactyl. They Want Their Planet Back. And I'm sure this will be every bit as ridiculous as that Jurassic Dead movie that I got from Hamilton book, but you know, sometimes a dumb movie is great. Got the Neon Demon. Big fan of Nicholas Winding Refn's um, Drive. This is pretty good. So yeah, glad to have that. Can't go wrong for a buck. Got Keanu Reeves in there. I totally forgot about that. Kind of a small part, but he's definitely in there. So yeah, Elle Fanning, good stuff, good movie. Not for everybody, definitely not for everybody, but this one I had never heard of, and which is weird because it's from the chilling best-selling novel by Dean Koontz, which for a long time was my favorite author. Like I definitely read a lot of his stuff. Stars Jeff Goldblum, Jeremy Sisto, and Alicia Silverstone. And this was really weird because you guys, I took some pictures of this and sent it to some of the other YouTubers, like Down the Movie, Rick over Down the Movie. I sent a picture of just the spines of this and a bunch of other movies. And then when I redeemed a digital code, it said, you may like, and put this movie up there. So I really think that picture had something to do with that. And that's creepy. I mean, I know that your search history and stuff like can produce things like that, but the fact my picture of a spine, I feel like did that's weird. Weird, you guys. But yeah, I'm excited to have that, especially being a Dean Koontz fan. I had no idea Jeff Goldblum was in and Alicia Silverstone were in a Dean Koontz adaptation. So that's super cool. This one looks fun. Cameron Romero presents Zombies Outlive the Undead. And mostly it's super cool because it has Tony Todd in it. Don't think, just shoot. So, very cool. Definitely one I would check out. Let's see. Let's go to, I guess, the Blu-rays next. We have Wet Hot American Summer, and this is the one with Amy Poehler, Elizabeth Banks, Bradley Cooper, Paul Rudd, David Hyde Pierce. Haven't seen it, but happy to have that for a buck. We got, oh, this is another classic, I put it with the Blu-rays. Clint Eastwood, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Did not have that, and yeah, I have not seen this, so definitely we'll be checking that out at some point. This is one I've seen a few people get, J2H, some other guys. Five Flights Up, Morgan Freeman, Diane Keaton. I don't know, should be good, good cast. This one is Something Borrowed with Kate Hudson, John Krasinski, and Jennifer Goodwin. And Colin Egglesfield. Don't really know him, but it's got a bad glare on it. But I feel like this thing's not auto-focusing very good today. I don't know if I got too much of a glare or what's going on there, but anyhow, this one I opened up because something was rattling around in there. Thankfully, it was just the DVD. But this is a pretty good movie. Not sure if it's one I'll really race out to rewatch or not, but The Ides of March. Oh yeah, this is, yeah, I do that thing that Joe Martinez does. Yeah, I'm looking good. Anyway, Ryan Gosling, George Clooney, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Paul Giamatti, Marissa Tomei, Jeffrey Wright, and Evan Rachel Wood. Great cast. Pretty good film. I don't know. Now that I think about it, I think I do want to see that again. This one I very much picked up for the cast. It looks like it was a Sundance movie. Frank and Lola. Michael Shannon, obviously great actor. Shape of Water, The Iceman, Midnight Special is one of my favorites. Imogen Poots, Green Room. I also really liked her in. I'm pretty sure she's in The Need for Speed with. Oh, the guy who plays Jesse Pinkman. God, I hate when I do that. But anyway, uh, good cast and sounds up my alley. Sounds like it's a mystery kind of about their past and kind of. I'm guessing you don't really know what their intentions are. I don't know. Looks super cool to me. Definitely gonna check that one out. Picked this up, 300. Gerard Butler, Lena Headey. The Real Hornet's Nest. Says unflinchingly real. Every American should see this film. Black Hawk Down, Act of Valor, and Lone Survivor pale slightly in comparison to the real life intimacy and breathtaking urgency of the Hornet's Nest. This is the real deal. That sold this on me because I wasn't going to keep this, and then I was like, I don't know, that sounds interesting. So, I don't know, probably check that out at some point. RoboCop, the remake. I don't know, this has a better cast than I remember it having, but, I don't know. Heard it's not very good, so I don't know. I guess I would maybe watch it, but I mean, it's got Joel Kinnaman obviously as RoboCop, Gary Oldman, Michael Keaton, Abby Cornish, Jackie Earle Haley, uh, Jay Baruchel, and Samuel L. Jackson. So I mean, it's got a good cast, but I don't know. And this one looked pretty interesting to me. The Grand Seduction with Brendan Gleeson and Taylor Kitsch. And it says, Welcome to Ticklehead. Population 120 terrible liars seeking one experienced doctor. I don't have a clue what that really means, but I don't know. It says a charming comedy in a jaw-dropping setting. So looks like it's on a boat, maybe on the ocean or something. Or maybe not the ocean, but anyhow, looks pretty cool to me. Let's see, where do we go from here? I guess we'll go to kids stuff. Let's see, who is this? I don't know. I thought it was somebody I knew, but I guess not. Gabe, the Cupid dog. Brian Krause and Bodie Bliss. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't really look like my kind of a thing, but my kids love dog movies, right? So, this is has a slip, but I think I got a sticker stock or something. Oh yeah, there's a sticker on the back, so I'm not gonna try to mess with that. But Blau, a new breed of hero, and this has China Anne McClain as a voice, Ian McShane. Inspired by one of the oldest accounts of humanity's struggle for equality and freedom. I don't know. Looks interesting. China Anne McClain is from Ant Farm, and she was in a singing competition. She was really good. She was really good in that singing competition. Sing Your Face Off, I think. I don't know. Pretty good stuff. Or pretty interesting stuff, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying, but Tom and Jerry in space. I was super glad to pick this up. Tomcat Jetpack, Oh Solar Meow, Guided Mousel? Cat Nebula, Martian Mice, Spaced Out Cat, Invasion of the Body Slammers. I don't know, sounds cool. 52 minutes. Excited to have some classic Tom and Jerry in my collection. This one is one very much for my son. Martin Short as the voice of the Cat in the Hat. Up, Up, and Away. Or Up and Away, sorry. Again, 60 minutes. It's like 5 episodes. The Lego DC Superhero Girls. My daughter's a big Wonder Woman fan. Don't know if she'll be too into this, but her and her brother will probably watch it together, I guess. Looks like you got Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Batgirl, Wonder Woman, Supergirl. I do not know. And I know, but I cannot place the name. Show you the picture there. Man, if I could just get this to focus. Very bad about the autofocus today. Anyway, Brain Drain, original story. We got a couple BBC animal things here. Ice Age Giants. Says Earth used to be a much cooler place. Probably. Wow, some of this stuff looks really weird. I don't know. I think that might be a cool thing to watch with the kids. And then we have The Wonderful World of Puppies and Kittens. Because who doesn't like puppies and kittens, right? Turns the cute factor up to 11. Wow, 180 minutes. That's a long one. What's this other one? This other one was just 101 minutes. This is really cool because this is something that I covered with Ron Martin and Jessica Feeney over at the Resurrection of Zombie 7 podcast. They did like a Halloween grab bag where they cover different Halloween specials, and this was one of them. I will link to that in the description. One word of warning that I keep it very clean here. Not so much over there. Because it's a Halloween grab bag, it might be more kid friendly, but probably still definitely PG-13. So that's your warning, but definitely check it out if you want to. We talked about Witches Night Out. And I don't know if anybody remembers this, but it has the voice of Gilda Radner, which I believe she did a lot of the voices on, or at least a voice of the witch on some of the Looney Tunes stuff. I could be wrong about that, but I think I'm right. But this had these like different like all one color monochrome, is that what it's called? Characters, and I don't know. When I show you this, maybe you remember. Well, I guess you probably see it there, but this is a special I remember being on TV, and it always kind of weirded me out. It was just so weird with that monochrome. But you got Bazooey, Tender, Small, Malicious, Nicely, Rotten, and there's one I can't read because of the sticker. But it's a really weird show. Kind of nostalgic for it now that I've podcasted about it. Oh, and the witch up there. So I definitely want to check this out this Halloween. And even better, it has some bonus cartoons that are pretty cool too. It has a Casper one, a couple Casper ones it looks like. Felix the Cat, Hoppity Hooper, I have no idea what that is. Let me know if you do. Space Angel, same. Popeye the Sailor, I have no idea. No, I'm kidding. Popeye the Sailor Man, Spooky Swabs, know what that is. New Three Stooges, and Meanie, Miny, and Mo, House of Magic. So yeah, I don't know what Meanie Miny and Mo is either, Space Angel or Hoppity Hooper. But anyway, Witches Night Out, very cool Halloween special, Cross and Rogers. Um, let's see. It says 2 hours 4 minutes. That's I'm almost sure is not just Witches Night Out. So that must be including all the bonuses. Um, I guess I'll just grab what's next. This is Heroes of World War II. It's kind of a disc set documentary, I guess. Um, it features, I guess, biographies about Dwight Eisenhower, George S. Patton, Omar Bradley, Douglas MacArthur, Henry Hap Arnold, James Doolittle, Chester Nimitz, George C. Marshall, and Joseph Stilwell. 4 hours worth, so I don't know, pretty cool. And then I have a BBC doc, Dunkirk. No, I believe it's more like a docudrama. So it's more like I think it's just a feature. Like it's a I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's a live action. Um, Not really a documentary, but based on real life, obviously. Um, anyway, pretty cool. Hey, it sort of focused that time. Next, we have some TV stuff. This is a BBC show, SSGB, SS Great Britain. This is about what if the um, Nazis had won the Battle of Britain, and I guess it's about Nazi occupied London. So sounds interesting. I gotta say, I put it in last night, and it's definitely something I would have to sit and pay attention to, and I had other stuff on my mind, wanted to get some stuff done, so probably not the right thing for that, but definitely sounds interesting. This is My Boys, Season 1. Rick from Down the Movie told me this is a very good show. It's got Jim Gaffigan, Jordana Spiro, Kyle Howard. Men come and go, but your boys are forever. Anyway, it's about like a female sports writer, I think, and I don't know. I guess that's all I really know about it, but looks pretty cool. I mean, you can't go wrong getting a season for $1, right? And can't go wrong getting 2 seasons for $1. Larry Sanders Show. Um, I actually don't know much about this. Gary Shandling obviously has Rip Torn and Jeffrey Tambor in it. I guess he's a late night talk show host. I mean, I remember the show, I just never watched it. So, Glee Encore. It looks like this is just kind of a set list of the musical performances on the show. I do have the first season, so I'm not really sure how different it is than some of the special features, but anyhow, I love the songs, especially on the first season. 77 minutes, pretty cool. BBC TV show, Dr. Foster. It says a chilling tale of love, trust, betrayal, and revenge. Looks pretty cool, 286 minutes. I'll definitely probably check that out at some point. Another BBC show, The Living and the Dead. Looks like we're getting some sort of ghosts or maybe zombies. I don't know. It says dark supernatural forces at work in the idyllic world Nathan Appleby has created. When the death of his mother brings pioneering psychologist and his adoring wife back to his family's estate in an isolated Somerset Valley, strange and inexplicable events begin to swirl around the increasingly troubled Nathan. His beliefs that a rational scientific explanation is available for all of life's mysteries are put to the ultimate test as he's confronted with one disturbing case after another. Are these strange events just coincidence, or is this tiny rural village actually plagued by a much more sinister force? The answer may not be something Nathan is prepared to accept. So yeah, let me know if that's any good. Yeah. And then here's just kind of some random stuff. I guess mostly picked this up for the cast. Basmati Blues? Not really sure. Journey to a place with rhythm all its own. And I don't know. It's got Allison Brie in it, and it looks like maybe Donald Sutherland is in it, and he's a CEO of her company, and he sends her to India to sell farmers the GMO rice that she created. Yeah, so it says like pulsing with the vibrant colors and rhythms of India. So, it's probably kind of like Allison Brie in sort of a Bollywood type film. So I don't know. That sounds interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Might be worth checking out. A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas. I'm always into Christmas shows. I liked what's the Seth Rogen one? Uh, hmm, can't remember. Anyway, definitely not one I'm watching with my kids or anything, but hey. Boundaries. Every road trip comes with baggage. Looks super cool. Vera Farmiga, Christopher Plummer, Kristen Shaw with Christopher Lloyd. So sounds pretty cool. Yeah. And the last two, I guess, are documentaries. Yeah. This one is Ronaldo. I picked this up mostly because it said from the makers of Senna. I like Senna a great deal. I have not seen Amy. But yeah, this is about is it Cristiano? Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, soccer player. Should be good. And the last one is startup.com. Sounds like it's kind of the rise and fall of a tech company or something of that nature, I guess. It says the rise and fall of the American dream. Remarkable grade A, says Owen Gleiberman of Entertainment Weekly. Always into good documentaries, so thought I'd pick that one up. So anyway, guys, I know that looks like a ton. I don't very often find stuff at Dollar Tree, so I kind of went a little crazy, I guess. But as you can see, I kind of had something to say about all that stuff. I think I would enjoy most of it if I watched it. So glad to have it all. Obviously, there's lots of other people that are finding stuff at Dollar Tree and have videos. So, if you just happen to randomly get here, you can definitely look for those. And yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Please give me the big thumbs up down there. Subscribe if you have not and you like the content. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you.